Blood, this height thing, this, oh, I'm too short. Women don't like men who are under 6 foot. This nonsense has to stop, fam. Man just done watching a video a couple of hours ago. Man are talking about putting inserts in their trainers to increase their height by 1 inch or 2. So, obviously, if you wear trainers, you're going to naturally increase your height by 1 inch, 1.5 inches. But the man are talking about putting inserts in those trainers to increase their height by an extra 1 inch or 2. Come on, fam. Man spoke about this in a live stream before. Man are talking about getting surgery on their knees to increase their height by a couple of inches. You're really going to want to go through with a surgical procedure to increase your height. Same live stream. When I saw this video, they're talking about men wearing special type of trainers and shoes and that increase their height by an extra 3 inches. So, like as I said, the average trainer will increase your height by 1 inch, 1.5 inches. Special kind of trainers, almost like wearing heels, basically, that increase your height by 3 inches. This same video that man watched, one of the guys was saying that obviously he's been wearing these trainers, because that's all he wears now, that are increasing his height by 3 inches. So people are used to him being a certain height. And one day, he quickly, was in his house and he went to throw out the rubbish. And one of his neighbors saw him. He was wearing slippers, like normal house slippers and that. One of his neighbors saw him and said, "Oh, you look a bit shorter today. Like, what go on?" Like, they made the point to make a comment about it. My man rang up the company who were supplying these trainers that increase your height by 3 inches and said, "You know what? You don't need to start manufacturing indoor, outdoor slippers that I can wear so that I can maintain the extra 3 inches height that I gained from wearing those trainers." And I was like, blood, a man really that paranoid and insecure about their height. Fam, you're born the way you're born, blood, unfortunately. Me personally, I'm 5'9" when I stand up straight. I know, judging by the way my body is and that, like how long my arms are and the length of my torso, I know I should be taller, because my legs are short for my body. Furthermore, the man them that I used to be the same height as in school, and maybe as like 1 inch taller than them, they all surpassed me. All them man there is 6 foot. So I know maybe I should have been 6 foot or something like that. My dad, he's 5'11", and if you know anything about like genetics and that, most men grow to be as tall, if not most men are taller than their dad, even if it's by 1 inch or 2. So I should have been taller. Unfortunately, I'm not. Unfortunately, I'm 5'9". Big fucking deal. Apparently, they say the average height of a man in the UK is 5'9". I don't think so. Personally, I think that the average height of a man in the UK is about 5'11". Because when I go out into the world, I notice like, yeah, most men might have like 1 inch or 2 on me. So therefore, I'd say the average height is about 5'11" and that. Now, if someone said to me, "Oh, if you could improve something about yourself, or you got one wish, what would it be?" You know what? I probably would say, yeah, give me extra 3 inches in that, just because I feel like my legs are too short for my torso. But I'm not going to let it affect my confidence with women. Obviously, if you're on a dating app and that, and there's bare man on the dating app that are like 6 foot, 6'3", and then you put down on your profile that you're 5'9", and a lot of guys lie, man them lie, on their dating app profile that they're taller than they are. Obviously, if you're on a dating app and that, and you put down that you're 5'9", and then there's a lot of guys that are hitting up the same girls that are 6 foot, 6'3", probably gonna go with them. But that's on a dating app. A woman can't see your charisma. She can't hear the tonality in your voice. She can't see your swag. When I say swag, I don't care if you're wearing Gucci. Wearing Gucci is not swag. Neeks wear Gucci. Dickheads wear Balmain and that. So it's not, when I say swag, I mean charisma and all them things there, your personality and that, the way you walk, the way you talk and that. Girl can't see that on dating apps and that. If you're on a dating app and you're on the shorter side of the scale, you know, 5'7" to 5'9", whatever, yeah, you might be at a little bit of a disadvantage. Get off dating apps. Approach gal in real life. Show them that you're a confident man. Show them that, yeah, 5'7", 5'8", 5'9", or even 6 foot, 6'3". I got the confidence to approach gal. Swear down, yeah. It's like most women know that most men are not confident. Most men fake confidence. And it's like the men that women are a bit unsure of due to their height. The guys who are the 5'7" to 5'9", the guys that are on the short end of the scale, they're a bit unsure of those guys. So what they do is they run this filter to see if they got confidence or not. And they will say something cheeky like, oh, I don't like guys who are under 6 foot, to a guy who's 5'7" to 5'9". A lot of man, confidence plummet. And as soon as that happens, you mark yourself out. My gal, mentioned this before. Match with her on a dating app. I'm chatting to gal. She's probably chatting to bear man. We're 200-300 miles apart. Talking online, whatever, innit? And she must have asked me, how tall are you? I said 5'9". What's your response? Oh, you should have told me that you was 5'9" before, because we were talking for a couple of days and the conversation came to a halt. Cool. That was at that time. Met up with her a few months later in the hotel room. Who the fuck is short? Showed her who's Ras Clout boss. The height thing, man, make no difference. And as long as you're not abnormally small, like a dwarf, if you're a decently average height man, your confidence in that, the way you carry yourself, that's the most important thing. If you're on a dating app and that, yeah, your height is going to make a difference, because if a girl has got a man who's 5'9" hitting her up, a man that's 6'3" that's hitting her up, she's going to pick the guy that's 6'3". Similarly, if we as man them got flat-chested girls with no bum hitting us up, and then we got girls that have got big chest and big bum, we're going to pick those. Those are more desirable traits. But if we had girls on the street that maybe not flat-chested and not flat bum, but just average chest, average bum, hitting us up on the road and that, we'll take whatever. We ain't gonna really discriminate or not. When you're on a dating app, you get me, you're limiting yourself. You can't. And with the man them as well, we got more to offer to women outside of our physical appearance. For us, man, for women, when we look at women, it's just about physical. We don't give a damn about your PhD and that. We just want you to have a decent job. That's it. We don't care about how many masters, how many letters you got before and after your name. Whereas men, we got a lot more things to bring to the table. Confidence, swag, and I don't mean just clothes and that, you know, how you carry yourself and that, how you walk, how you talk, tonality and that. Money, although you don't want to be a man that's just a provider and paying for girls and that, but some girls just want man to have money, not to splash out on them, but, you know, it's just as an instinct thing. They want a man who's successful. That's why a lot of guys that drive cars and that, girls do find them attractive. They don't want them for their car. It's just, oh, if he drives a nice car, that's symbolic that he's a successful, hardworking man. They don't really care that, oh, he's driving a Mercedes because they want to be seen riding around them. Say a lot of girls do, but for me, I feel like some of the girls, it's not because, oh, the guy's gonna splash out money on them. It's they want a man who's successful, who could take care of them and their children. It's a subconscious thing. Yeah, man, need to get off the dating apps. Man, need to start watching them dumb videos that make them feel like, oh, if they're 5'7" or 5'9" or anything under 6 foot, they're doomed. Literally, there's man on YouTube who make videos saying that if you're under 6 foot, you're doomed. If that was the case, I would have never. Guys, I'm telling you, if you lot see the girls that man's licked down back in the past, yeah. If you see man like me, I'm not a man that's got some mad high body count, but quality, trust me. Trust me. The girls that man licked down and just dashed to the side, they're girls you'd want to fucking marry, blood. And I'm 5'9". So imagine if I was 6 foot. It wouldn't make no difference if I was flipping 6 foot or 6'3". Yeah, being under 6 foot is gonna give you a little bit of disadvantage, even in the real world. Because there's some girls, they're so delusional, so stupid. They're 5'3" and they need a guy who's 6'3". There's some girls, no matter if you approach them in person with hella confidence and that, if you're not 6 foot or 6'3", they're gonna tell you no. But at the same time, if you're white, there's some girls who are not gonna be interested in you because you're white. If you ain't got curly hair and green eyes, there's some girls not gonna be interested in you because you don't have curly hair and green eyes. There's some girls not gonna be interested in you if you're not an entrepreneur or if you're not a rapper. So you're not gonna be perfect for every girl anyway. You could be 6'3", you could be curly hair with green eyes, you could be rich and that, but a girl will say, no, I don't want you. Do you know why? Because you don't practice the same religion as me. You can't win. You can't win. So yeah, the height thing might be a hindrance and that in some aspects, but you know what? Even if you did have the height, then some girls will disqualify you because you're not practice the same faith for them, or you don't have the job that they want. You don't have the career that they want. I had it before on Tinder. Something called Chinese girl, and a Chinese girl, and they can't even pass 5'3". Asking me what do I do for a living. She had on her status that she's a doctor. I said I was an electrician. That was the end of the conversation. Done. Do you think me being 6'3", because she didn't know how tall I was? You think me being, if I was 6'3", you think that'll make a difference? No. No, women are going to disqualify you regardless of whether you're tall or not. Yeah, guys who are taller, if you're tall, you might have a little bit of advantage. You might have a bigger pool of girls to pick from and that. But blood, how many billions of women on this flipping planet? And talking about planet, this is nonsense. This is nonsense, blood. Man are actually talking about, well, if you're only 5'6" in whatever country you're in, US and or UK, then what you should do is you should go to other countries like the Philippines and Indonesia and that, and go there so that you're between average to tall and that. I'm like, raw. Man are really going through these lengths and that. The height thing is that much of an issue for them that they're looking to relocate country, you know. It's like, blood, if all you have to offer a woman is your height, you got a problem there, fam. Like, yeah, if a woman is good looking, if she's a 10 out of 10, yeah, that's good enough for us to sleep with. But are you submissive? Can you cook a good meal? Do you know, when I need you to be quiet, you gonna be quiet? Like, you know, are you respectful and that? You know, there's other things that have to come with, besides your looks and that, you know. Jesus Christ, like men are just, it's like they're relying on their height for everything. Being tall don't pay bills, you know. Being tall don't protect women, you know. There's a lot of tall men out here. They're not on nothing. There's a lot of tall men out here. There's trouble at the front door. Them man, they're locking it. The man ain't going to the front door, standing firm. Nonsense, man. When you're a certain way, when you're a dominant man, you make a woman feel small, even if she's relatively the same height as you as well. So, like I said, man's 5'9". My girl was apparently 5'7". She told me she was always 5'7" and that, and she said to me, oh, she thinks she's lost an inch and that. And we literally stood up against my kitchen, just on the other side of this wall. There's a door frame and that. We stood up in my kitchen, tape measure, I marked her head, you know, ends or whatever, measured her 5'6", measured myself, she done it for me, measured myself, I'm 5'9" and that. Imagine, like literally, I've cut my girl down to size that she's lost an inch. Cal can't test me, you know. Literally, when I talk about my videos cutting women down to size, I literally done it physically. When my girl met me, she was 5'7", she is now 5'6". That is literally the epitome of cutting a woman down to size. God can't test me, blood. Anyway, man, them. Yeah, man, you need to stop allowing the height thing to affect your confidence in that, because I think there's some men think that if they become 6 foot and 6'3" and that, they're gonna be some magnet for women, and women are gonna want to drop their trousers in the middle of the street and that. No, there's a lot of guys walking around who are 6 foot, 6'3". Them man, they're on a drought, 5-year drought, blood. So what's the difference? The difference between the guys that get gal and the guys that don't is confidence. Because even if you're 6'3", there's gonna be stuff about you that you don't like. I'm just checking the time to see how long I've got left. Yeah, a couple of minutes. Even if you're 6'3", there's gonna be stuff about you that you don't like about yourself and that. So, and there's gonna be things about you that the girl don't like as well, man. Man, I think that being 6'3" or being 6 foot is the be all and end all. No, it's not, fam. It's not, man. But yeah, man, this is ridiculous. Man are talking about getting surgery. Man are talking about wearing stuff in their trainers to make them taller. Man are talking about going abroad so that they can be, you know, like taller than the average man. It's like, blood, go out, blood. Why do you try to be the best version of yourself in this country where you're from, blood? Man are moving like they suffer from dwarfism, you know. That ain't most, man. Think that if you're 6'4", 6'3", you can be some magnet for women. I told you already, man, are on a drought. Certain man are on a drought and they're 6'3". Certain man right now, they're one argument away from being in a drought. So they got a gal, but they're one argument away from being in a drought. Certain man right now, they're one argument away from being homeless. That's for our next video. Stay wise, done now.